You're listening to Healing After Heartbreak, the podcast where women learn to slow down, breathe again, and rebuild the parts of themselves love once fractured. Hosted by Mary Majors, a master's certified confidence and clarity coach who blends psychology, nervous system wisdom, and faith. This show guides you back to self-trust, emotional safety, and the woman you were always meant to be. If you're ready for honest conversations, gentle truth, and healing that lasts, you're in the right place.
Welcome back to Healing After Heartbreak. I'm Mary Majors. I'm so excited to share that our new Facebook community for Healing After Heartbreak, the podcast, is officially open. This space was created as a soft place to land, a gentle, faith-rooted sanctuary for women who are rebuilding their lives, restoring their self-trust, and learning to feel safe in their own bodies again. Inside the group, we'll gather after each episode to reflect, ask honest questions, share breakthroughs, and walk out the deeper layers of healing together. It's a space for connection, encouragement, nervous system support, and the kind of conversations that remind you you're not walking this journey alone. If your heart is craving community, belonging, and a place to breathe a little deeper, I would love for you to join us. You are welcome here, you are safe here, you belong here. Your invite is in the show notes. Now, let's get into today's topic. Today, we're diving into something almost every woman experiences after a painful breakup, but very few women understand: breakup fog. It's that disorienting sense of not being able to think clearly, not feeling like yourself, struggling to make decisions, feeling overwhelmed by the smallest tasks, and sensing a disconnect from God, from your intuition, and from your own inner voice. If you've been feeling confused, scattered, numb, or mentally exhausted, this episode will help you understand exactly why, and more importantly, how to gently find your way back to clarity. So take a breath, soften your shoulders, let your nervous system settle, and let's talk about breakup fog and the path back to yourself. Breakup fog is not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's not you falling apart. It's a physiological, emotional, and spiritual response to loss. When a relationship ends, especially through betrayal, abandonment, ghosting, or a sudden rupture, your entire system goes into shock. Your brain, body, and spirit scramble to make sense of what happened, and that scramble creates fog. Breakup fog is your system saying, I'm overwhelmed, I need time to process. It's protective. It slows you down so you don't make impulsive decisions. It gives your heart space to catch up to your new reality. You're not broken, you're buffering. This fog comes from three places: cognitive overload, emotional flooding, and spiritual disorientation. Your brain is trying to process the loss, the shock, the memories, the what-ifs, the identity questions, and the fear of the unknown. Your emotions are flooding your system with grief, anger, fear, shame, and confusion, so much so that your thinking brain goes offline. And spiritually, heartbreak shakes your foundation. You may feel disconnected from God, unsure of your intuition, confused about what was meant to be, or unable to hear your inner wisdom. Your spirit is recalibrating. Breakup fog makes you feel not yourself because your old identity is dissolving and your new identity hasn't formed yet. You're in the in-between, and the in-between is foggy. Most women add a layer of shame on top of this, telling themselves they should be over it, stronger, or more functional. But shame doesn't clear fog, it thickens it. Shame disconnects you from your intuition and keeps you stuck. There is nothing wrong with you. You are healing. Clarity doesn't return through force, it returns through safety. When your body feels safe, your mind becomes clear. When your mind becomes clear, your intuition becomes audible. And when your intuition becomes audible, your spirit becomes grounded again. I teach something called the 3-layer clarity reset for grounding because breakup fog doesn't just live in your thoughts, it affects your whole system. This simple 5-minute practice helps you reconnect with your body, your mind, and your spirit so you can feel grounded again. You start by grounding your body with breath and presence because your nervous system has to feel safe before your mind can think clearly. Then you name what you're feeling, which gives your mind structure and reduces overwhelm. Finally, you place a hand on your heart and ask, "What do I need right now?" Not forever, not for the rest of your life, just in this moment. Whatever rises is enough. This practice works because it gently brings you back into yourself without pressure or force. It helps you shift out of survival mode and into clarity one layer at a time. I want you to remember that breakup fog isn't a sign you're lost, it's a sign you're transitioning. You're shedding an old identity, integrating a painful experience, and rebuilding your emotional and spiritual foundation. Fog is not failure, it's a transformation in progress. And clarity will return slowly and steadily. You will feel like yourself again, not the old version, but a wiser, stronger, more grounded version of you. As we wrap up today, I want you to remember this. Nothing about your fog means you're failing. You are walking through a tender transition, and your system is doing its best to protect you while you heal. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Let this be a season where you move slowly, breathe deeply, and honor what your heart is carrying. Clarity will return in its own time, and when it does, it will meet a wiser, softer, more grounded version of you. You're not losing yourself, you're finding your way back home. And I'm right here with you as you do. Thanks. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to Healing After Heartbreak. If today's conversation opened something meaningful for you, Mary invites you to honor that moment because awareness is where healing begins. And if this podcast is supporting you, the simplest way to help it grow is to subscribe, leave a review, or share this episode with a woman who needs to hear it. You can explore more of her work at marymajors.com. And if you're curious about the patterns shaping your healing journey, you're welcome to take her free quiz, What's Your Heartbreak Pattern? Available there as well. Until next time, remember, healing is a process, and you're becoming someone you can trust.